Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napoleon Total, and today we're back with another top 5 best list. And today we have the top 5 best enlisted event squads in this year. Of course, when I mean this year, I don't exactly mean this year, but everything up to this year. So you can see a lot of squads that haven't been available to us this year, but a lot back. Of course, this video has been made possible for your friends at Discord, meaning if you haven't like, subscribed, or joined the Discord, highly suggest that you do because they came up with this list, and if you haven't, well, I highly suggest that you do. With that said, let's get started. In the number 5 spot, we have the Silent SMG or the Silent Hunter Squads. These are the German MP40 squad and the suppressed British Sten squad. Both of these have both an engineer and most importantly an anti-tank weapon, which is very good for taking out both tanks and building rallies, which are some of the best ways you can get points. Also, the suppression on their weapon makes them very deadly since bots have a harder time fighting against them, and personally, 50% of my deaths are thanks to bots, so that's going to be an important factor. Weapons are going to be very accurate, especially the MP40 because they have a suppressor on, and the weapons themselves, mostly the MP40, have very good accuracy. The British Sten has also been improved thanks to the recent updates, and that also is actually pretty accurate. That said, let's move on to the 4th spot. In the 4th spot, we have the BSA Paras. Or should I say the BSA Wells Gun Paras. Initially, I wanted to put the Italian Flame Troopers, which were supposed to be on here, but after the merge, the squad has been moved to tier 4, which is actually very terrible for a set squad. Therefore, the only thing that we have in 4th spot is the British Wells Gun Paras. These Wells Gun Paras are actually really good SMGs. As a matter of fact, they're good for long range, short range, and almost pretty much every range. And most importantly, it's a paratrooper squad. Judging how Enlisted is deploying the paratroopers and how overpowered paratroopers are, these squads are very good. Not only can you drop behind enemy lines and destroy anything, you can also do a lot of good stuff with these, especially with their crates. With paratroopers, you have a crate, and the BSA Wells Gun Paras have some of the best crate that they can give. My personal favorite is the Recon section, which gives you the Lee Enfield Sniper Rifle, which is one of the best sniper rifles, purely for sniping, and most importantly, 10-round magazine for the Lee Enfield, meaning you can just go around sniping the entire day, which, hey, is actually worth it with this paratrooper squad. Moving on with the most recent enlisted event squad that we're given, we have the Armored Engineer Squads. These squads are the German and Soviet squads that have not only with a 6-man engineer unit, but they also come with extra armor. For the Germans, they have an armored helmet, meaning you take less damage from headshots, and the Soviets, they have more body armor, which means you take less damage from body shots, I guess. Overall, these squads are very good. Not only that, but they can be also carrying assault weapons, which is very cool. For one, the Soviets can carry the Fedorov, which is one of the most OP weapons in the game, and the Germans can carry the SCG-44, which once again is one of the most OP weapons in the game. So that's that. These armored engineers are some of the best. In the number 2 spot, we have the German SDKFC 251/9 with a 75mm gun. This came to us with the APC Squad event, and this half-track not only allows you to spawn soldiers like a regular truck, but it also has a 75mm gun that destroys tanks. Looking at how Enlisted is deploying tanks in tiers 3, and this German APC is in tier 3, it is really good. Not only can it destroy tanks, some tanks such as the Stuart's front on, but it is really fast. It is so fast, as a matter of fact, I can essentially use this as flanking when I'm using it in tier 5, 4, or 3. Essentially, if you get low tiered, you can destroy enemy tanks. If you get down tiered, that 75mm gun can destroy enemies. Not to mention that 75mm gun itself can destroy a lot of enemies really quickly because that 75mm gun has a very fast reload. The only problem that I see with this vehicle is that it is very susceptible to machine gun fire / aircraft strikes or tanks, actual tanks that can cut this thing into shreds because this thing has practically no armor, so that's going to be the biggest problem. That said, let's move on to the number 1 spot, and these are some of the best squads in the game. As a matter of fact, I have 3 because all these squads, in my opinion, are the best squads in game. We have the Soviet Paratrooper Squad, we have the German Fallschirmjäger Squad, and the British Paratrooper Squads. For the British Paratroopers, we have the Vickers with the 100-round magazine, which is very OP. As a matter of fact, I would say these are some of the best weapons, not only on a regular soldier, but if you give this machine gun to a machine gunner, it's already really good. But now that you give it to a British Paratrooper with a Vickers 100-round machine gun, it is even better. The German paratroopers coming with that exact same event has the FG-42 with a grenade launcher. This FG-42 is already one of the best weapons in game, and you put a grenade launcher on top of it, that's just gonna make the entire thing overpowered as hell. And finally, you have the Soviet paratroopers. Now, this Soviet paratroopers has the amazing ability to use any assault weapon for any tier. For example, if you want to deploy Soviet paratroopers in tier 1, you can just outfit it with PBDs, or if you want to use it in tier 3, you can use PBSHs. The list literally goes on. These Soviet Paras are the most versatile squad I have ever seen in my life. So that's that. Once again, in the number 1 spot, we have the British paratroopers, German Fallschirmjäger, and the Soviet paratroopers. Overall, some of the best event squads that we had in 2024. With that said, what do you guys think of this list? Comment in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one.